Sanford Ranch Road. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Christine Samra, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Now, Sacramento weather. For the rest of the afternoon, clouds and sunshine, the high 62 to 66. Clearing for tonight, low 42 to 46. Sunny for Monday, high 62 to 66. Clouds and sun Tuesday, high 65 to 69. I'm AccuWeather's Andy Robb on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio. Don't miss our iHeartRadio Holiday Special 2023. All hosted by Mario Lopez. Thanksgiving Eve at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Hear it on the free iHeartRadio app's Holiday Seasons Radio.
Get into the holiday spirit with Disney Bundle. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Stream timeless classics, festive favorites, and epic sports all season long. Includes Hulu ad-supported or Hulu no ads plan. Access content from each service separately. Terms apply. See the DisneyBundle.com for details.
Your name is Edwin Aldrin, and yesterday you became the second person to walk on the moon. Now it's time to return home. As you prepare to leave, you notice a switch is snapped off. It's the circuit breaker that arms the main engine for liftoff. Thinking fast, you jam the tip of your pen into the switch, reactivating the breaker, and leave the cold lunar surface for home. In most cases, you don't need to improvise your way out of a problem, and most furnace repairs are not rocket science. Any technician can do it. Unless your problem was unexpected or unusual in nature, then you need a maverick, someone with a higher level of experience to find solutions that might not be in the manual. That's who we are, Maverick Electric Heating and Air. Calling us means you'll never be left alone in the cold. Just like you, Buzz, we always find a way. Visit callamaverick.com.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with the best deals for your feast at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. This week, get a 12 to 20 plus pound Rayleigh's frozen grade A basted turkey for only 47 cents a pound, limit one. This is an exclusive offer for our Something Extra members, so be sure to clip your offer online or in the app to save big. And clip your offer to get fresh green beans for just 97 cents a pound, limit 6 pounds. Not a Something Extra member? Join for free at Rayleigh's.com or download the Rayleigh's app today.
What you'll need to know
The latest from
every time you listen.
inflation.
Check in 3, 4, 5 times today. The state is getting ready for any potential blackouts. Sacramento's news, traffic, and weather station. Homeless prices. KFBK News Radio. 93.1 FM. 1530 AM. The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed are solely those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff, management, and parent company of KFBK. The following program is a paid promotion sponsored by...
Finally, I can get out of here. Wasting an hour trying to update that.
Financial Freedom Hour. With a focus on retirement.
Which is kind of okay.
Out of our financial lives. Today's show will focus on reducing risk, cutting fees, maximizing income, and making sure you can make it through retirement with confidence in your plan. Your hosts are Jim Files and Dan Ahmed of Peak Financial Freedom Group. They are your go-to resource in Northern California for financial education and guidance. They're the authors of several successful books about financial planning. Most recently, Mama's Secret Recipe for Retirement Success, co-written with Jack Canfield of Chicken Soup for the Soul fame, which sold more than 500 million copies worldwide. Jim and Dan work exclusively with retirees and those of you nearing retirement. And they're going to help you sort through the complexities of the
Get out of
financial
here.
world and blaze a clear
Hate being in the
path
corner
ahead.
a lot.
Here's Jim Files and Dan Ahmed. This is the Peak Financial Freedom Hour.
This is... I don't know why I chose this,
Jim
but...
Files from Peak Financial
stupid
and
of
our
some
Peak
people.
Financial Freedom Hour. And today we're going to talk about how should you grade where you are at right now. So we're going to call this grading your financial plan and your advisor and where are you at. And it really is more so grading your financial plan, but most people don't have a plan because for you to have a plan, it would need to be in writing. And when you look at it, the most important time to make sure you're making the best decisions about your money and you don't make any catastrophic mistakes is when you have the most money. So it's not when you're 20 and you have $2,000 saved. It's when you're retired or getting ready to retire and you have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million saved. When do you have the most risk? When you have the most money, because a loss and making a financial mistake would be that much more painful. And you have to look at the fact is, at this point in your life, you have to conduct a test, and you must grade your current financial plan. And if you're doing it yourself, then you got to grade yourself. Sometimes it's hard to do, but you have to, because you need to grade it for yourself, your spouse, and your family. And if you have an advisor, you need to grade your advisor. And it doesn't matter if the advisor, you think of them as your friend, and they're so nice, and they treat you well. You have to grade where you're at financially, and it's imperative that you take all the emotions out when you're making this test. You have to really, and we know, you have to really look at every little detail, and you might really like your advisor as a friend, but there's no points awarded in this test for how much you like your advisor. It doesn't matter how nice they are. If you're doing the planning yourself, you're going to have to take your ego out of the equation. Also, you can't look back at, well, when you made 50% on Tesla or Apple, you got to look at what's really happened. And this test is about really finding out where you stand right now and planning for a successful retirement. So, when you look at this, we're going to go through the questions, Jim. I think we have about 10 questions we ask. How important do you think it is for people to take a hard look based on where the world is right now of where they stand financially, whether they're doing it themselves or whether they have an advisor?
It's probably the number one most important thing that you need to do right now. And that really gets onto the risk subject, right? How much risk do you have right now in your portfolio? Not that you're just in stocks and bonds, but how is that concentration going to be affected if something happens in the Middle East? It escalates more than what we've seen so far. Something happens around the world. There's chaos. There's always going to be chaos in the world. And what you have to do at your age, if you're getting close to retirement or in retirement, you have to understand that chaos will always be there. It's not going to go away.
So you jumped right into basically the question. I'm just going to throw it right back at you. Okay, perfect. So each one of these 10 questions, you get 10 up to 10 points for if you have these in writing. So pretty much, I can tell you, most people are going to flunk miserably, maybe with a 0 score at the end, which is scary.
Yeah.
But you have to look at this and be honest with yourself, and then be honest with yourself whether you're doing the planning or whether you have an advisor. So here, you're talking about this right now. Number one, do you have in writing how much risk you really want to take, meaning what percentage or dollar amount you're really willing to lose in a big stock market drop now that you're retired or semi-retired. So this is just stating psychologically how much are you really willing to lose if you get to choose. So how important in our process is having that in writing as far as putting together a plan?
And one of the keyest components of proper retirement planning, you have to understand your risk. And I guarantee you, none of these listeners right now understand the risk. I know how the industry works. You may have said to your advisor, you're a moderate investor or conservative, but you have no idea how much you could lose when the market goes down. So a moderate investor, by definition, would be a balanced portfolio, 60-40, right? 60% stocks, 40% bonds. You have a 38.5% risk factor, which means if the market goes down by 53%, like it did in 08, you're going to lose about 38.5% of your money. Now ask yourself, is that considered a conservative or moderate investor in your eyes at retirement? The answer would be no, Dan.
Well, and people, consumers, they just don't know. They get to decide how much risk they really want to take. And at retirement time, no one wants to take as much risk as they were taking when they were 30. We know that. But they've been led to believe they have to listen to the advisor saying, oh, don't worry, you're conservative, you're moderate. Then they see the stock market dive, and they see their portfolio go down by 20%. And they're like, this doesn't feel conservative or moderate. To me, this feels extremely aggressive. So test number one is, do you have in writing how much risk, not the risk you currently have, but how much risk you really want to take? Meaning, how much are you really willing to lose if the market takes another big jump like 2001 and 2079? So if the market drops 53% or 54%, how much, now that you're retired and getting ready to retire, are you really willing to lose? And we find most people really don't want to lose more than 5%, even though they could be taking 10 times the risk right now without even knowing it. So you have to have that in writing. So if you have it in writing, how much risk you really want to take, give yourself 10 points. If not, give yourself 0. How about number two? How much risk now this goes back to what you're really talking about, Jim. How much risk do you really have in your current portfolio? So we first test number one, which is how much risk you want to take. Now, how much risk do you really have in your portfolio? Meaning, if the market does dump, like it did in 2000 or 2008, how much could you really lose? So if the market fell 53.1% like market and in the 08 financial crisis, do you have in writing how much your current portfolio would go down by as a percentage or in a dollar amount? And I'm betting 99.999% of the people out there don't. And if you don't, give yourself a zero. But how important is it to have that data?
Well, the other 0.01% are our clients, because all of our clients know that. Every one of them knows how much they give not only as a percentage of their assets, but as important, or probably more importantly,
Now you're just bragging.
dollars and cents. For example, let's make it real simple. You have $1 million. Let's assume the market's going to go down again by 50%. It's done it twice in the last 22 years. If you go down 50%, that means your $1 million goes down to $500,000. So if you have a 40% risk factor, that means that your $1 million is going to go down by $400,000. If you have a 30% risk factor, that means your $1 million is going to go down by $300,000. But again, if you have a diversified portfolio at a big brokerage company or a financial firm, maybe with 60% stock funds and 40% bond funds, you have a 38.5% risk factor. So then, what's 38.5% of $1 million?
$385,000 that you'd have to be willing to lose. So you're sitting here now and you're retiring, and then you look at a year down the road and you've been retired 1 year, you're not spending any more money, you're not taking a salary, now you have a pension, and now your $1 million has lost 38.5%. You're down to what, $600,000 approximately of assets left. So you lost almost $400,000. How can you even at that point even plan to sleep at night? You're going to be so worried and so freaked out that you know there's such a high probability of failure. You'll be so stressed and have anxiety, and it's simply because you don't know how much risk you have in your portfolio. Because if you knew right now that you could lose 20%, 30%, 40%, even 50%, like some people that came in recently, we did a review for them as far as what their current advisor has them in, they can lose 50%, you would probably make a change to your portfolio if you do it. So the key here is to have a risk stress test done, performed on your portfolio that will show exactly how much risk you have right now. You know, Jim, for years, most of the listeners, they've saved and invested, building up their retirement nest egg, and they think the job's done.
Well, yeah, because they build a portfolio and not a plan. And if you're listening today, how will you manage your IRAs and 401ks to provide income that won't run out? Do you know how to reduce your taxes and risk?
Well, those are just a few of the issues. We help clients plan for every day so they won't fail in retirement, because that's their fear. So why don't we do something special for the listeners?
You know, that sounds good. We will create a free comprehensive retirement game plan for you. It's called our Peak Financial Worry-Free Retirement Roadmap.
Well, right now, most people listening think their IRA, their 401ks, even their portfolios, it's what makes up their retirement plan. But these are just their assets, and they go up and down, but they need to be part of an actual written comprehensive plan.
You know, Dan, to be clear, we're talking about a comprehensive plan built specifically for each listener, addressing challenges with IRAs, 401ks, income, risk, taxes, and Social Security.
Well, Jim, we've seen this type of customized plan. It can cost people thousands of dollars, but we're going to do it for free. Our typical client has saved at least $1 million for retirement, but if you save $500,000 or more, schedule your free confidential consultation by dialing pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword money.
You know, Dan, we believe a retirement income plan is the most important tool helping your money go further in retirement. Now, remember, it's free, but if you don't call today, you could miss out. To meet us, just dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword money. That's pound 250 in money.
Hi, Dan Alvin here from Peak Financial Freedom Group. If you are like most people, you probably worry about your money a lot. But what if you weren't afraid about your money anymore? What if you weren't afraid of suffering a huge stock market loss and running out of money? What if you weren't afraid of making big financial mistakes? If you weren't afraid, your life would be a lot better. If you saved $1 million or more for retirement, we're offering you a free, no obligation, second opinion about your money. We don't just sell investments. We meet personally with you one-on-one to create an accurate plan you can understand and rely on. This free consultation can help you stop worrying about your money so much, reduce your risk, generate dependable monthly income, and fight inflation. The second opinion offer is free with no pressure or hidden agenda. We have helped so many people just like you stop worrying about their money so much. We'd really love to help you too. Our clients are really good savers and typically save between $2 million to $10 million for retirement, and we can help you if you save at least $1 million. This offer is available right now, so call us today. From your mobile phone, dial pound 250, and when prompted, say the keyword money. That's pound 250 and keyword money. We'd love to see you soon.
Fall is in the air, and winter is not far behind. My friend Christina here.
And same here. Time to pull off the sweaters and get your heating system tuned up.
For just $89, the experts at Vallejo will give your heating system a complete safety check and tune-up.
That's right, just $89.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever at bartesian.com/cocktail. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever. It's available right now, only at bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail for Bartesian's best deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/cocktail. The Arthritis Foundation's Jingle Bell Run raises money for adults and children with arthritis. It's the season's most festive event for a great cause. Get in your favorite holiday costume and run, walk, or stroll, or cheer on others from the sidelines. Saturday, December 9th at William Land Park. Let's jingle together and spread the spirit of joy and hope. Be there with bells on. Sign up today. Go to jbr.org/Sacramento to register. That's jbr.org/Sacramento. With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances. With LifeLock, identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code PLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code PLAY.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even 40, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013 or visit BigLou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.